Just a reminder, this is an hour class. We usually finish right around 9 o'clock. Sometimes we finish a few moments late, and if you need to get off to do your work stuff or whatever is going on in your schedule, feel free. That's totally cool. I get it. Okay. All right. Let's get this thing started. Oh, the other reminder, and just before I forget, is that it is an hour class, which means that we don't go as deep as we normally do in our practice, at least in my practice and in my class. So be aware of just honoring the body and how it feels today. And some of you have been sitting longer than normal, or maybe not getting out as much. Your schedule is shifted. So just track the body and back off as needed, okay? And just gonna take a quick look into the video camera and say hi, good morning to you. Happy you're here. Okay, let's do this thing. Come into a comfortable seat. Good, if you wanna play the Spotify playlist, you can start now and just turn it down a little bit. It's not too distracting. Comfortable seat. Closing the eyes. Start to notice how the body feels. And it's nice to have a little bit of a ritual around that. And for example, starting off with the sit bones on the ground and kind of moving from the foundational seated area where your body touches the ground and moving your way up is always nice to do that. And then we begin as we mean to continue, right? So bringing some awareness here helps to support the foundational aspect of the asana, the meditative yoga practice. All right, then begin to connect to deep ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, big full breath. All right, and exhale through the nose. And then slide the hands onto the heart. And take a couple of deep filling breaths here up to the heart. Get a big full breath. Some of you have been practicing pretty regular with me, or maybe you've been getting a more consistent practice with your yoga. Track to see if things feel different this morning or the same. So as you breathe up to the heart, right, is it, oh, I feel a little more closed down, or I feel more open, or I feel a little sluggish, or I feel a little numbed out? What's going on in your body, in particular your heart? All right, let's set our intention for our practice today. Our practice today is, we're going to be going toward back bends, and one of the truths that I hope we can explore throughout our practice is a truth of impermanence. And we see this every time we show up on the mat. Sometimes we feel open, sometimes we feel tight, sometimes we feel tweaky in certain body parts. And so the truth of impermanence is a gateway to deep insight and understanding that helps alleviate our suffering and our struggle. And I think about that every time I look in the mirror. I'm like, oh, some more wrinkles, some more gray hair, less gray hair. It kind of progresses, interestingly. And if I begin to wrestle with that, or kind of don't accept the reality of that, it creates suffering in my life. I might be wanting things to be different. In some ways, I believe things should be different, which is kind of the Buddhist approach, is this ignorance and desire are the things that cause suffering. So just today, let's explore how things feel in the body and move from that place. Just notice, okay? All right. Let's set our intention today with one Om. Bring the hands in prayer and follow the heart. Setting the intention with one Om by taking a deep breath here all the way up and Oming here. Good. Release the hands. Open the eyes. And then switch your legs up. Have your opposite leg on top. If you're sitting in Virasana, just stay there. I'd like to explore a little pranayama with you this morning before we start moving. It's called Shivananda breath. And Shivananda breath means comfortable breath. And so you're inhaling for as long as it's comfortable, pausing, playing with that comfortable uncomfortableness, and then exhaling for as long as it's comfortable and playing with, and pausing, and then playing with the comfort zone and noticing where there's discomfort and comfort. This is going to help us track where things shift into uncomfort or discomfort and comfort in our practice, okay? And so this helps us to track impermanence pretty much and sensations. All right, so close the eyes. I can't demo this for you because you have to really track where there's comfort in your body and discomfort. So let's begin. Inhaling for as long as it's comfortable. Start to notice where there's discomfort and then pause. And then maybe you can play with the space between the inhale and the exhale and notice comfort and discomfort there. And then exhale for as long as it's comfortable. And then do a couple rounds of that on your own. Shivananda breath, comfortable breath. Couple more rounds. Noticing how you might be getting distracted. Keep coming back to exploring how the breath feels in the body. All right, then finishing up. Let's start to move a little bit here. Coming on to all fours, tabletop position, keeping that same quality of awareness, this meditative practice. All fours. Good. And then start to move through your cat-cow and side cat-cow stretch. Letting your neck relax here. Feeling around. All right, then moving from all fours, tabletop position. Good, coming into tabletop abs. Let's begin with lifting up the left foot, reaching left foot back. Good, and then reaching the right hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. So you're rotating the palm of the hand to face inward, pinky finger pointing down. Good, deep inhale, tuck your tailbone, feel your abs engage. Exhale, knee to elbow, elbow to knee, little crunch. Inhale, reaching. Good, exhale, crunching. Inhale, reaching. Good, exhale, crunching. Good, inhale, reaching. Good, then hand comes down, knee comes down. Second side, lift up the right foot. Good, reach out to the right foot, tuck tailbone, abs engage. Good, reaching left hand forward, deep inhale. Good, exhale, knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Inhale, reaching, stretching. Good, exhale, knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Inhale, reaching. Good, exhale, crunching. Good, inhale, reaching. And then hand comes down, knee comes down. Couple more rounds of side cat or cat cow here before we move on to the next tabletop exploration. All right, good. Now lifting the left foot up, tabletop position, bend the left knee, and reach back with the right hand. Grab onto ankle foot. Good, push through the foot to start to open up the right side body and the right shoulder, upper chest area. And take a couple of deep breaths there. Neck is neutral. Be aware of the neck as you move through the practice today. Working on letting go of the neck in a way that supports the neck muscles. Right, releasing left knee down, right hand down. Second side, lift up the right foot, bend the knee, reach back with left hand, grab onto foot, ankle, push through the foot. All right, good. Then hand comes down, knee comes down. Coming into puppy dog, so you're in tabletop position. Walking the hands to the front of the mat, bring the forehead onto the ground. Press through the fingertips, lifting the palms of the hands off the ground. So it's pretty much downward dog with the knees on the ground. And it's a really sweet stretch to the upper back and shoulders. All right, and sliding onto the belly and chest for your Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulders. Tuck tailbone, pull the chest through the lengthen through the lower back. Couple breaths here. This is a really simple back bend. And as we move through the sequence of the vinyasa is a sequence of poses that we do. It's a yoga class, but it's also a sequence of poses that we do. Be mindful of supporting your body, right? Maybe Sphinx pose is where you need to come into today instead of upward dog. This is a more basic variation of upward dog. Deep inhale. And exhale, lowering. Good. Reach the hands out to the right and left of you, working with your neighbor. It could be your dog or cat next to you, or your partner. Good. Roll over onto the right side body, coming into chest opener on the floor. Right ear on the floor or right ear toward the ground. Good. Left foot comes behind the right knee. Left hand walks in toward the chest. Press left hand on the floor. to feel a stretch to the upper right chest. I'm doing it up here if you're not sure what we're doing, if this is new to you. Some of you can also bring the left hand behind the lower back or interlace the fingers here if you're really open to the shoulders, if you're looking for a little more. All right, releasing out of that. Second side, reach your left arm away from you. I'm working with my wall here. Roll over onto the left side. Right hand walks into the chest. If you have a tight neck, it might be helpful to have something underneath your left side of the neck, like a pillow or a blanket or a towel. Even a block if you have a block. Right hand presses into the ground, right foot behind the left knee. Okay, and then lowering all the way down. Good. And find your way back into downward dog. First downward dog, take a few moments coming into it. Bend the knees, wag your tail, feel around, stretching the back of the legs. Okay, here we are, downward facing dog. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Fingers are spread wide. If you're having a tough time getting your thumb and forefinger on the ground, consider turning the hands out slightly. And bend the elbows about an inch or two toward the ground. Squeeze the elbows in. We call this wrapping the shoulders. Helps turn on the muscles that support the shoulder joint. Good. Feet are about hip width apart, reaching out to the heels. And then walk your feet to the front of the mat. And to come into a forward fold, ragdoll pose, reach up and grab onto opposite elbows. Good, flip back and forth. All right, releasing the hands down. Slowly roll yourself up to standing. And walk your feet to the front of the mat. Bring your hands in prayer. Start off with just some simple half sun salutations. Start to warm the body a little bit more. And again, dropping in and noticing the truth of impermanence. Maybe your body feels a little bit different. And recognizing that our body feels different as we move through this practice, and making some choices about how we approach the tweakiness or differences or injuries that are going in our body is akin to me looking in the mirror going, oh God, I'm getting old. I have lots of wrinkles around my eyes, or recognizing that I can see that I smile a lot and that I'm living a good life. So there's a little bit of a play that we can do with how we approach impermanence. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. All right, here we go. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Your choice, bend the knees and roll yourself up, or reverse swan dive. Inhale, reaching the hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer and follow the heart. Two more like that. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen spine forward. Exhale, forward fold. Feel the stretch of the hamstrings and lower back. Inhale, reaching hands up. Feel their ribs telescoping up. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Okay, moving into classical sums. Inhale, reaching. Spread the fingers wide. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping the left foot back, left knee comes down. Low lunge, reach up, sink in. Feel the stretch of the left quad. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back into plank pose. Knees come down, chest comes down, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders, pull the chest forward, lengthen out the lower back. Big breath. Good. Exhale, lowering. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Low lunge. Sink in, feel. And exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back, neck neutral. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. You bend the elbows here if you like to make cactus arms to stretch the upper back and chest. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Stepping the right foot back, right knee comes down. Reach up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back, plank. Good. Knees come down, chest comes down. Either Sphinx pose or low cobra. Walking the hands forward about as far forward as Sphinx, but lift the elbows off the ground if you want to play with low cobra. Squeeze the elbows in toward the rib cage. Inhale. Good. Exhale, lowering, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left knee down, low lunge, reach up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Telescope the ribs forward. Exhale, forward fold. Feel. Inhale, reaching the hands up. A little back bend here as it feels good for the body. Exhale and bring the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Okay. Inhale, reaching. Let's keep moving. Building more heat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping the left foot back, coming into high lunge, sink right knee over the right heel. A little back bend here. Good. Exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot back to the back of the mat. Good. Knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into either, again, Sphinx, low cobra, or maybe regular cobra, hands underneath the shoulders. What feels good for the body. Exhale, lowering. Good. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Good. High lunge. Reach up. Sink in. Left knee over left heel. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Flat back, lengthening. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Cactus arms as it feels good. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping the right foot back. High lunge. Little back bend here as you sink in. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. Knees come down, chest comes down. Sphinx, low cobra, or regular cobra. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Reach out through left heel. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Half forward fold there. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching hands up. Again, gentle back bend. Exhale, and bring the hands in prayer. Okay, moving into our B series. Inhale, bend the knees. Come into chair pose. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, right heel down. Warrior one. Come on up. Sink in. Little back bend here. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping left foot back. Vinyasa. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left heel down. Warrior one. Come on up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands, deep inhale. Exhale, jump or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Good, and then straighten the legs, come all the way up, slight little back bend here. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Okay, let's do one more B series, but this one is slowed down a little bit and explore how the heart feels. So a B series modified to back bend a little bit, okay? Here we go. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Good, then bring the hands behind the lower back, interlace the fingers, 3 breaths here up to the heart. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up, straighten the legs, little back bend to top. And exhale, diving forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back, vinyasa. Savor the big breath up to the heart. Good, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward this time, left heel down, just switching up out of habit. Come on up into a brain cradle, hands on the back of the head, interlace the fingers, 3 breaths here up to the chest. Good, inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, hands come down. Right foot back, plank. Mindful vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, right heel down. Warrior one. Again, another brain cradle, hands on the back of the head. Interlace the fingers. Sink left knee over left heel. Breathe here up to the chest. One more breath. All right, inhale, reaching hands up. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. Vinyasa. Downward dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands, deep inhale. Exhale, jump or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose. Inhale. Chair into gentle back bend. Hands come behind the back. Interlace the fingers. 3 breaths here. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, bring the hands in prayer to find the heart. All right, inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching your left foot up toward the sky first. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Left foot is releasing toward the buttock. Play with that. Get curious. If you reach your left knee up toward the sky, let the left foot release toward the buttock. Do you feel more of a stretch to the left side and left hip? Right, inhale, reaching the left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward, engage the core. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through, right heel down. Come on up into a pose known as Lance Dodger. Left forearm on lower back with the palm facing out the right hip. Right hand on the back of the head. I'll just turn so you can see what that looks like. This can be somewhat confusing. I often see people go right into arch arms, which is a sequence I teach often, but today, play with the form on the lower back, and this helps to support a back bend. How's your breath here? So again, you can always modify the pose so that feels good for the body. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. And place the hands onto the hips, turn the back toes under for a high lunge twist. Inhale, reaching right hand up. Exhale, right elbow, left thigh, twisting. Bottom hand of fist, top hand clasp over it. Lift up the back of the right knee. But if it's too much, you can always have the right hand on the inside of the foot, and then reach your left hand up. Releasing the hands down. Good. Bring the right knee down. Okay, lunge variation. Begin with the hands on left thigh, sinking into the quad stretch. By the way, if you have knee stuff, you might need to back out of this. My wife has had ACL surgery a bunch of years ago, And she was mentioning that when she sunk deep in her, kind of tweaked out her knee. So back off if you need to. If your knees feel good, you can sink deep, okay? Bend the knee, reach back, grab onto ankle foot. Gently pull the foot in toward the buttock. You can also grab onto inner foot if you like. Left hand reaches up. If you want more, left hand on the back of the head. How's the breath here? Releasing the back foot down, hands come down. Stepping left foot back to the back of the mat. Good plank. Count of 5. Lower yourself all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Shalabhasana. Interlace the fingers at the lower back. If this is too much, you just have the hands alongside the hips. Inhale, lifting up the chest. If you can, lift your feet up off the ground. If that hurts your lower back, keep your feet on the ground. Good, big full breath. All right, releasing all the way down. Just pause here. Lower the ears on the mat. Let your body relax. I just had my cat colleague come visit us while we're practicing yoga, and I think pets are a good reminder about impermanence and about honoring the sacredness of these moments that we have with them, because, you know, a cat or a dog is with you 14 or 15 years if you're lucky. I remember when my dog Hobbs passed away a bunch of years ago, just that last year, just every day telling her how much I loved her and how much, you know, petting her and just kind of rubbing her ears and giving her so much love every day, right? So this sacredness, that impermanence teaches us about sacredness of the moments. Pets teach us that as well. All right, come on back into downward dog. And inhale, reaching right foot up toward the sky. Good, bend the knee and open up the hip. All right, inhale, reaching right foot up toward the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward, engage the core. Good, inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Good, inhale, reaching. Exhale, knee to nose, placing the right foot through warrior 1. Come on up. Sinking in, warrior 1. Good, and coming into lance dodger, second side. Right forearm on lower back, left hand on the back of the head. And breathe here up to the heart. So for me, that feels like a reframe around impermanence, or at least kind of shift in perspective. It's just like, oh, okay, life is impermanent. And I won't have that much time here on this earth with this pet or loved one in my care. And so how do I don't take for granted these precious moments that we have with our loved ones? Breathe up to the heart and just let that resonate. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. And placing the hands onto the hips, high lunge. Turn the back toes under, feet are about hip width apart. Walk your left foot back slightly. Good. Inhale, reaching left hand up. Exhale, left elbow, right thigh, twisting. Bottom hand of fist, top hand clasp over it. The bottom hand, the wrist is really super strong. With the inhale, you lengthen the spine. Feel for that. Good. With the exhale, press the elbow and the thigh, lift the chest up off the thigh. So there's also the other blessings around impermanence is like if you're in a pose you don't really like, you're going to be coming out of it eventually. Yay. All right, releasing the hands down. Bring the left knee down. Good, hands on right thigh. Sink in as well, as long as it feels good for the knees. Back off if you need to. Bend the left knee, reach back, grab onto ankle foot. Good, right hand reaches up. And then right hand onto the back of the head. Pulling the foot in toward the buttock. And breathe up to the heart. Let your head relax into your hand. And by doing that, there's a little more of a stretch in the upper back and chest. All right, releasing the foot. Hands come down. Stepping the right foot back to the back of the mat, plank. Good, now listen carefully. Walk the left hand into midline of the mat. Roll over onto the outside of your left foot. Reach the right hand up to the sky for Vasisthasana side plank. If you need to back off, left knee can come down underneath the left hip. There's more if you want to explore some other variation, feel free. Side plank into a tree with the right foot on their left thigh. You're lifting the right foot up. Right hand comes down, plank pose, feet touching. Right hand walks in, roll over onto the outside of the right foot, reach your left hand up to the sky. All right, left hand comes down, optional vinyasa here. Exhale, lowering, inhaling. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up. And exhale, knee to nose, this time placing left foot through, warrior two. Line up the left heel with the right instep. Hips are opening. Reach the hands up. Good, and then reaching forward, come on back into reverse warrior for a side body stretch. If you'd like, right hand come behind the back, grab onto inner thigh or the t-shirt or waistband here to explore a little bit of a shoulder release as well. Right, inhale, reaching back to warrior two, straighten left leg. Good, reaching the hand forward and down for triangle pose. Right hand reaches up and then open up the chest and the heart a little bit here by reaching the right hand back to the wall to the left of you or behind you. I'm doing it up here if that's confusing. Hand could be on shin, it could be on the floor, it could be on a block. It's gonna be different for everyone because everyone has different hamstrings and different body. All right, right hand on right hip, coming into half moon. Bend the left knee. Shift the weight forward into left leg. Left hand's about 12 inches from the left foot, reaching the right hand up. Good. If you want more, this could be it. If you want more, quarter moon. Bend the knee, reach back, grab onto ankle foot, press to the foot. You can even start balancing here. How's the breath? All right, releasing the foot straight back. Gonna step back to warrior two. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, hands come down. You're a vinyasa or skip it. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Big breath, savor. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing the right foot through. Warrior two, come on up. Good. Set yourself up, right heel, left instep. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, come on back into reverse warrior. Left hand comes behind the back. Sink in. Breathe here. All right, inhale back up to warrior two. Straighten right leg. Reaching the hand forward and down for triangle pose. Left hand reaches up, opening up the chest and the heart. How's your breath here? All right, left hand on left hip. Bend the right knee. Shift the weight forward into half moon. And left hand reaches up to the sky. You can bend the left knee here if you like. Reach back, grab onto ankle foot. Right, reaching left foot back. Step back to warrior two. Inhaling. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back. Vinyasa. Good. Exhale, downward dog. All right, bend the knees, jump or step to the front of the mat, or so come up to standing here. Good. You've set yourself up through the practice for a back bend. We're moving toward dancer today. If there's another back bend you want to do other than dancer, feel free. Those of you that practice with me know how to use a strap. If you're used to practicing in a studio, strap is nice to use if you want to do that. Or you can do some other camel is a good pose to do as well. Okay, shifting the weight over to the left foot, bend the right knee, reach back, grab onto inner or outer foot. I'm grabbing onto the inner foot here. Your choice though. Begin to lean forward, reach the foot back, left hand reaches up. Dancer pose. Get curious, the more you reach out for the foot, the more you open up the right side body. All right, then coming back to neutral. Right foot comes down. If you're doing something else, come out of the pose, just pause for a second. Deep breath, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Just feel here for a moment. Let the residue of the pose, let it percolate throughout the body just by pausing and noticing and breathing. All right, let's move on to the second side. Bend the left knee. Reach back with left hand, grab onto foot. Begin to lean forward. Reach the foot back. Right hand reaches up. Coming into dancer. Again, push through the foot. By doing that, you're opening up your left side body, left chest a little bit more. Releasing here. Left knee comes alongside the right knee. Release the foot down. Place the hands on the heart. Just pause here for a moment. Breathe up to the heart. There's a saying that I think goes along with impermanence. It also goes along with practicing equanimity. It goes like this, super simple. Having a bad day, don't worry, it'll change. Having a good day, don't worry, it'll change. It's always changing. The struggle and suffering happens when we want things or believe things should be different than they are. All right. Gently coming into a forward fold here. And letting your neck relax. And feet are about hip width apart. Bend the knees. Bring the hands on the back of the neck of the head and release the fingers. Pinky fingers base the skull. Bring the forearms along the jawline. Allowing the weight of the arms to help lengthen the upper back and neck. If you feel this more in your hamstrings, bend the knees a little bit more and see if that shifts the awareness into upper back. Or mid back at least. All right, releasing out of that. Come all the way onto your back for lying down spinal twist. Just unwind our lower back a little bit more. Bring the knees in the chest. You can wrap the right leg over left here if you like. Let your knees release over toward the left. Inhale, come back to neutral. Feet on the ground, shift hips a little bit over to left. Wrap your left leg over the right if that feels good. And let your knees release over to the right. Lying down, spinal twist variation. If there's another variation you'd like to do, you can do that now. Feel free. Helps to have the right hand on left thigh knee to help guide the legs down. Feel more of a stretch that way. Play with reaching the left hand over and away from the left shoulder. If that's too much for the shoulder, you can always bend the elbow here as well. Okay, inhale, come on back up to neutral. Coming into happy baby pose here. And feel around, move around. Releasing the lower back and sacrum. If that's too much, you can always grab onto the back of the thighs and knees here. Some of you might need support underneath the upper back and neck. You can always place a blanket or pillow underneath that area if you feel like you're stressing the neck and shoulders out. All right. Releasing here. Final resting pose. If there's another pose you need to do to unwind your back, feel free to do that now. Those of you listening to the Spotify playlist, I usually put the Shavasana song on the last song on the playlist. Pardon me. So as everything passes, perfect song to finish up our practice about impermanence. Give me about 3 minutes Shavasana, short and sweet Shavasana. If you needed to leave before that time, totally cool. Love you and miss you. All right, start to bring conscious breath into the body. Moving your fingers, the toes, hands, feet, ankles, and wrist. And reach the hands above the head. Into a deep stretch, inhaling. And exhaling. And bring the knees and the chest. And roll over onto the right side. And push yourself up into a seated position, keeping the eyes closed just for a moment longer. Slide the hands onto your heart and just check in with your heart here. And finish up this practice with a quote by Alan Watts. When a cat falls out of a tree, it lets go of itself. The cat becomes completely relaxed and lands lightly on the ground. But if a cat were about to fall out of a tree and suddenly make up its mind it didn't want to fall, it would become tense and rigid and would be just a bag of broken bones upon landing in the same way. Upon landing, pardon me. In the same way, it is the philosophy of the Tao that we are all falling off a tree at every moment of our lives. As a matter of fact, the moment we were born, we were kicked off a precipice and we are falling, and there is nothing that can stop it. So instead of living in a state of chronic tension and clinging to all sorts of things that are actually falling with us because the whole world is impermanent, be like a cat. Take a deep breath up and just feed that. Be like a cat. I like that. Good. Bowing forward with love, with gratitude. May our practice provide us healing, and may we witness impermanence every day, and therefore, and thusly, wake up to impermanence and truly live our lives in the way that has most meaning to us. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing the practice today. I posted that quote on the group chat, so if you're looking for that, quote, it's right there. Also, I want to thank you all for donating, and I really appreciate you. Some of you have sent me some really sweet messages, and it means so much to me to be able to practice in this community with you guys and share these moments with you. I'm not sure when things will get back to normal, but this is the new normal, I guess. And know that you're with me every day, and I really appreciate that. Love you. Thanks.